Okay, so in the conversation we've been having about the engines and all that here, this is my latest project here that I'm working on. So we're always working on project. This is a Barra I've been working on the last 6 months, and the hardest thing is trying to run a business and build a project. So it was a normally aspirated Barra, and we've beefed up the engines. We put bigger rods and gave it a bit more less compression actually, so we can control boost. So we've just got a standard turbo on that, a Garrett 3582, just a standard one. I bought a second-hand one there just to muck around with. Had to fab up some lines up down here, feed them down underneath here to the oil pressure gauges, oil pressure switches. So I had to fab all that up, had to make fittings and everything like that. We've put an aftermarket motorsport intake on that. Generally the intake bodies are here, so we've done that. I'm a bit concerned about the airflow. So we were talking about pressure and volume. See how this is quite thick here. I would have liked that being tapered. That would have given us quicker airflow to go in, but we'll see what we're going to get. So should do around 500 horsepower. We should do, if everything goes right and the tuning is done right. And so that's my test mule engine. So we're talking about pressure and volume and airflow and flow rates and burn time and all that. This is I'm really into the thick of that, and that's why I found what you were doing so fascinating, young Johnny. And we're putting, this is the test mule here, just a BF Falcon I bought for $300. Had dings and all that. We knocked it all out, got it all painted. I've had it in the shop for a while. So we took out the normally aspirated Barra, we're putting it back in, just a BTR box going in there. Now, if that engine is tuned properly, it'll blow the shit out of that box. That won't even survive, nor will the diff survive. I think just to get there first, we've got a long way to go. So everything's been painful. Everything is taking its time. I'm a bit concerned with the airflow on this intake though. It's a bit too big for my liking, so I think low down it's going to run like a pig. But when it gets up, if everything's efficient and working okay, and if this turbo is good, we don't know yet, everything should go quite well. So that's what we want to do, and I've got a dyno here so we can test it and tune it and do all that. And then if all goes well, we can muck around with putting different turbos on here, putting different intercoolers at the front, and then we can go back to here. So this is the ECU. We can tune that with software, and then we can upgrade that with a Haltech where we can fully tune it ourselves. And by fully tuning it, we can actually put exhaust gas temperature probes in each runner. So not only can we put one here on the turbo, we can actually put EGT probes, exhaust gas temperature probes, on each manifold, and we should be able to tune it every cylinder. So that means we can give timing to every cylinder. And then also down here, I've actually got down here an aftermarket knock sensor, so we can measure, if we go too far, we can measure the knock on that. So when we're talking about burn time, we're talking about pressures, burn time, knock, stuff like that. This is very similar to what you're doing right now. Not in the same caliber, don't get me wrong, but we're just talking about internal combustion motor pre-supersonic speed. So what you're doing is above supersonic speed, above the speed of sound. This is just normal internal combustion stuff. Even so, the science is similar when it comes to pressure waves and stuff like that. So that's where we are, and that's why I found when your father sent me up and sent me up your assignment and all that, I looked at it and I went, wow, this is absolutely fascinating. So yeah, stay tuned. So I'll keep you up to date in the next 6 months. Good on you.